Hello and happy gaming, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and we still having a hard time coming up with a good run for this, but it's okay. We're just gonna keep trying. I think today's run we're going to try a melee build, which means, of course, we're going to come in here, grab the old dark katana. Now let's make a build around that. So, I think first step, I want to try Heroic Blaze as my first spell, and we'll use Tearing Whirlwind. I'm gonna keep the Scythe. I'm gonna keep trying that out, try to make it work. Hopefully I can do it. If not, And then yeah, I'm gonna keep Wavefront. So, the effect of Dark Katana is that it essentially triples the critical hit chance for all melee arcana. So, you know, melee, melee, melee. It doesn't seem to do anything for your dash arcana, but that's fine. I have this mostly for repositioning enemies and shield. And then shift actually boosts your critical hit chance by about 6. So on top of your base critical hit chance times 3, that's a lot of critical hit chance. I just want to see something real quick. That actually does critical hit chance plus 12. Yeah, we're going with this. I was thinking the evade chance was going to be worth it, but I don't know. For precisely double the critical hit chance, I say it's worth it. You gonna let me start somewhere interesting? The Chilling Dungeons. Nah, I'm good. Alright, what do you have over here? What is this? All players constantly lose health but deal more damage. Man, I'm on top of it right now. More damage as their health gets lower. Dealing damage to enemies restores some health. Don't... Melting Pot. Gain resistance to all elements. Any elemental enemy can appear on any stage. Considering how much trouble I have with Earth Elemental enemies, I think we're going to call that good. Oh, and of course the Earth Elemental enemies are level 3. Alright, say it with me now. We need gummy vitamins. I need that immunity to poison, otherwise this could end up being a very short run. Alright, I think I see how this Tearing Whirlwind Heroic Blaze combo works. Oh, hello. You want to give me more signature charge? Oh, don't mind if I do, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh my goodness. Lancers are the worst. I don't know, my opinion on them falters back and forth between Lancers are the worst and Rogues are the worst. Elemental Summoners are the worst. I think what we need to go with is maybe just I'm not so good at this game. How exactly did they hit me out of that? Am I just an idiot? Because I thought I was up in the air. Or did they hit me frame perfect in order to knock me out of the attack as I fell back to the ground? Because, I mean, if they just nailed me frame perfect on the way back to the ground, then, you know, we need to have a little conversation about how accurate the enemies are, because that just seems really unlikely. And yes, I will take that. You know, if I can do my dash. Alright, so yes, at first that's going to be a big hit, but because I'm getting it early in the trials, I should be able to get a decent maximum health boost off of it. Then after that, we just need to not take a bunch of damage, and then we should be able to get to the end of the trials with a much higher maximum health rating. Seriously, how are they hitting those frame... Oh wait, no, I didn't take damage there. Never mind. Saying seriously, is every enemy a speedrunner? They can just, you know, frame perfect hit me every time I use that spell? Nocturne. I was hoping for something else. Alright, I see where the boss room is, but I need to find Iris first. I could definitely use something to back me up. And you all know my... Oh, of course he's not there. And you all know my opinion on either Bouncing Surge or Bouncing Bubbles. It's good to have at least one of those in order to make sure that you can handle Sewer at the end of the run. So I'm hoping that we get a little... Okay, so we didn't get either one, but an improvement to an improvement to Wavefront is certainly not a bad thing. Then, would it be nice to have one of these? Considering that my run is mostly focused around melee, I'm not sure it's a necessity. Genius move on my behalf there. That's not gonna harm anything at all. Okay, I'm starting to think that this Heroic Blaze thing was a bad idea. Because it seems like the enemies are capable of just powering through the damage zone that I put up and hitting me regardless. So this might end up being a very short run. And if it does, I'm going to go back to something a little bit more my style. Alright. Like I said, I'm not above the idea that maybe I'm just an idiot and using the spell wrong, but I have my doubts on that. Just look at that! Look at that! They just so perfectly place their attacks. Wow, I can't believe how poorly I'm doing right now. Like, this is amazing. What was I doing? By the way, for what it's worth, I have not played this game all day, so you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. We're just going to restart that run, and we're going to see if things go any better second time around, because I took an embarrassingly large amount of damage, like, to the point where it's not even a fun run anymore. It's me going, God, why is everything out to get me? And is everything out to get me? No, I'm either just playing poorly, or for some reason the game can continue to hit me with frame-perfect attacks through my spell. By the way, you're seeing there why I hate rogues. They can absolutely do things like strike you out of your attack on a single frame, so that even though you should have a nice wall of damage around you to keep things like that out, they can just hit you out of it. Why? Because they have a frame 1 attack, which means if you have any downtime in your attacks whatsoever, they're going to hit you. So as much as I like this build, I'm seeing either problems with myself or problems with it that are making me enjoy it a lot less. But I'm going to keep soldiering on because I see the purpose of the build, and I'm going to try to make it work, but for some reason, albeit, I suck or the game is, cheating, I'm just not making it work. I'm going to assume it's something along the lines of I'm not making it work correctly. Because I'd rather not think that the game is absolutely cheating. And yes, I know the devs have increased the difficulty, but to the degree where builds like this just absolutely do not work and you're just going to get punished for doing it, that I don't think. I think the problem there was me. So if I refocus and give it another shot, perhaps we'll be doing better. Also helps that we're on a level that doesn't have as much open space. So perhaps that'll have an effect. Fewer pits to fall down and, mismanage myself with. Okay, I really don't think that should have hit. Yes, I am being a little salty. Really? Okay, this room just absolutely ruined me. I think the problem might just be I really suck bad. Supply crate, and... Okay, so... Yeah, give me that. Thesis on defense could, in theory, be useful, but I want to look for other things. Alright, and we still haven't found the red portal, so there's still the possibility that we could see Nox and get something good. Oh, we found Nox. Didn't exactly get anything good, though. I don't want to do that, per se. Actually, considering that I have the supply crate, maybe I do. And I don't have Jade's jeweled tiara, so not worried about losing out on damage, so yeah, there we go. Alright, better. I still feel like I took a little bit too much unnecessary damage there. Alright, have a quick look over her spells. None of these are going to be affected by Dark Katana, but some of them do have a nice wide area of effect. Namely, I'm thinking Perfect Storm. I mean, to be fair, it's iffy, but I'm gonna try it. Plus, it's the only water arcana I've seen so far, so maybe that'll help against Zeal. Who knows? Who knows? Not me. I'm just a silly boy. Okay, these buzzsaw guys are the worst. They can absolutely just interrupt you out of anything. I hate them so much. I think the biggest problem with them is that Their little rotating buzzsaws are actually completely invincible. Hello, bird. How are you? And as such, if you touch it, no matter what you're doing, it's just damage. You're just taking a hit. It's just another reason why I say that I think this game was built more so for ranged combat than melee, but the items are there, the play style is accounted for. It's worth a try every now and again, if for no other reason than just to say, hey, I tried it. So here I am trying it, and as much as I like this build, I gotta say, it doesn't feel like me. I definitely prefer having ranged attacks. And I know I don't necessarily need to commit 100% to... Hey, look at that. And again, you could argue that was my fault for just trying to charge in with Tearing Whirlwind against an arrow, but at the same time, doesn't it seem like maybe Tearing Whirlwind should block some... Pardon me, should block some things, maybe? I don't know, maybe I'm just being a Salt Lord right now. Hello, Taffy. I screwed up. Got anything good for me? Kind of, not really. Actually, I typically like the summoned agents. Not only are they a good source of damage, but they tend to pull aggro away from you, at least against normal mobs, which tends to be quite the blessing, actually. So, actually, maybe that's the best thing I could have hoped for, especially since I am kind of playing like garbage right now. Give me that. Don't know how good that'll actually be, but there it is. Now we gotta play it more carefully because I do not want to use a health potion. Want to save it for harder times. And now, in hindsight, the book that would have boosted their damage seems much more feasible. Could have taken that, but no, I didn't. Why not? Because I don't have any summons. What am I gonna do with that? Then again, how's a guy supposed to see into the future, huh? Okay, yeah, nothing here really looks all that interesting. Hold on. Give me that. Thank you. Yes, birds. Alright, that didn't work out too badly. I think part of the problem that I'm noticing, though, is that the advanced version of Heroic Blaze lasts quite a while, so there's a good number of frames where the enemy could pop out of it and then punish you for using it. So I'm hoping that doesn't end up being a big problem. Oh, smooth. Yeah, I don't want that. Alright. So, it's not going to be as bad as if you were on floor 3, but there's still going to be a lot of poison flying around, a lot of enemies with both venom and invincibility in a can that I have to deal with. I just don't like higher level earth enemies is what it boils down to. I also don't like a lot of poison. And there will be a lot of poison. Alright, so hopefully my line shock agent here can offer me a little assistance. Nah, I'm good. So, my main... So, I should have expressed before with the Chaos Reaper. I like the idea that the game is giving you a scythe to attack with, and I do like that you've got the quick tap mode and the charge mode, and it does a lot of damage. I'm not saying that it doesn't. The problem is because of its generally low attack speed, it doesn't do great against bosses. It doesn't rack up a lot of hit stun, and as such, against bosses, you typically have to use any other option at your disposal. And it's a shame because the parts of the game, the part where you want your basic to really rack up that hit stun is obviously against bosses, be it mini bosses or council members. So having your basic not really do all that much is kind of a problem. Well, I'm certainly all for an improvement to Perfect Storm. At least those guys are slow enough to basically walk all over. So I definitely see how the combo works, and when it works well. However, when it doesn't work, it gets me killed. So, kind of a double-edged sword, I suppose. Definitely take Merchant's Cart. Definitely take Freezing Spray. And it's not a huge armor improvement, but it does work to boost Merchant's Cart, which is right now giving me an 8.75% increase to my damage. So I say it's doing what it's supposed to at the moment. Don't really have a reason to call Cremire the Collector to the trials just yet. So I won't. As you can see right there, his stun moment actually ended before my spell did, so had to quick dash out of the way to avoid retaliation. At least I could still do that there. I can imagine that being more difficult if he had any less time spent in hit stun. Well, you sure are talking about the game a lot. Isn't there anything else happening in your life right now? Pardon me. Well, I mean, the most exciting thing you're going to hear me talk about is how my roommate has laryngitis, but I mean, is that really anything that we need to spend a lot of time talking about? I mean, it sucks, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it aside from just, you know, the usual advice. What really sucks is that it's coming right off the back of him already having been sick with something else, and it just kind of feels like that unfortunate slap in the face that no one really needs. Is like, oh, you were just sick? Well, fuck it, you can't talk now. And in my case, I had an ear infection followed by bronchitis. I mean, that's not fun either, but at the same time, it's better than dealing with laryngitis. Laryngitis is basically like 10 ways of saying, yeah, you don't get to feel normal for a while. Like, hey, you know that human communication tool that you have that you've all been conditioned to grow and work with since, you know, we were just essentially apes ourselves? Well, guess what? Can't rely on it. Fuck you. So I don't really have anything to say about it, but yeah, I feel bad for the guy. I just don't have anything I can do to really help him out aside from make sure he's got support and just, you know, keep talking to him, because I mean, even if he can't really respond effectively, it's still a human need to be able to communicate. Jumpy guys. I mean, that's about the most exciting news I have. I don't know if you really needed, if anything else really is that big of news at the moment. I mean, if you want to know what's going on in my world, that's about it. I could talk about how I spent a good number of hours editing together that last Warcraft 3 video I did, but I mean, I'm not here to smell my own farts. I just hope you guys enjoy my work. Look at that, invulnerability in a can. You guys are jerks. Oh, hello. What do we have here? Regenerate a small amount of health after taking damage by quickly attacking foes. Yes, I like that idea. Taking damage increases your max health up to a certain limit. See, I don't know if that's going to be a big help. So we'll probably just let that one pass. We still got a couple of shops to go. I swear rogues are allowed too many advantages. I'm not talking about in Dungeons and Dragons, but I mean, to be fair, they're balanced by slightly lower HP and, at least in 2nd edition, not great combat ability. Not bad combat ability, but like I said, this is 2nd edition. I don't exactly know how their game was changed in 5th edition. I'm going to assume that it's a little different now, obviously. But at the same time, I'm more or less just using 5th edition as an augment for the essentially homebrew edition that my buddy and I have been working on for a good few years now. Okay, that was my bad. I actually actively realized I made the mistake as soon as I went up into the air. I was like, he's gonna shoot arrows at me as I'm coming down, isn't he? The game's response was, very smart, how did you know? Like, well, I took a wild guess. Also, it's happened before. Okay, my big problem with this build right now is that because of the nature of the spells, it's hard to get a lot of damage off. Though maybe if I cast them in a different order, maybe that would, have a bit more of a positive effect. No thank you. Actually, I'll take it just because I have nothing to fill spot number 7, but I'm not going to use it. Alright, so I'm typically not worried about fighting Freya. Her level, on the other hand, could be a pain because the water-based enemies are very good at making your life difficult. But that's what the line shock agents are for. See, their ability to draw aggro off of me is actually going to be in strong part what does such a good job for me. And I can also have them take care of Sura's minions if I get that far. That was a mistake. But on 3rd floor, I'm generally not too worried about buying health potions. This is typically what I save health potions for, is the 3rd level, where the enemies are the most aggressive and tend to catch more of your mistakes. That was lucky. So yeah, if my health starts getting really low, yeah, I have tons of money, so not at all ashamed to drop a little bit of it to pick up a health potion. I also still have room for 3 more relics. Yeah, I thought I almost blew myself up there. Alright, good to know that wasn't a thing. Use gold to I don't know how much that increases your damage by, but I have a lot of gold, so I might go back and pick that up. What worries me is that you lose damage if your gold runs out. But I mean, I have the right setup for using that, so hopefully... Okay, I don't see anything here I want, so it's up to Anders to make up the difference. So where is Anders? That's a good question. Let's see if we can find him up here. Okay, so how does Pharynx's hourglass work? Yeah, I don't think that's going to be that useful. Excuse me, sir. Here we go. That's definitely going to help keep me healed up. Causes your next spell to be a critical hit. I don't have a problem with that. Alright, so then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Mercenary's Dagger and see how it affects things. 25% extra damage. Okay, that's big. That's really big. Alright, and right there you saw perhaps the biggest negative effect of sorry, of the enhanced version of Heroic Blaze, the idea that it does put you at a bit of a standstill, and if I had acted any slower, yeah, I would have gotten clocked for sure. Only reason I didn't is because he decided he wanted to summon minions. So, if you're using this build, I would say reverse the order of Tearing Whirlwind and Heroic Blaze. Oh, apparently you don't use up any money for... You don't use up any money using your basic. Interesting to know that. But it took me 7 coins to use my signature. Okay, so Armor of Greed may very well be my final relic, but I'm not sure. It's going to depend on what Anders has for sale. Another word of advice for using the Blazing Whirlwind build. Use the spells in such an order that you actually use Blazing Whirlwind on as close to the last active frame of Tearing Whirlwind as you can get, because otherwise there's a delay between when Tearing Whirlwind ends and Blazing Leap or Heroic Leap begins. So Heroic Leap, right? Or Heroic Blaze. So yeah, Blazing Whirlwind still makes sense. Because, like I said, otherwise there's a there's a delay between when one spell ends and the other begins. Also, that's Giant's Heart, not Pathfinder's Knapsack, but that's quite alright. There you go. See how that's working? Alright. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going with Armor of Greed as our last relic for the run. There's nothing else I really care to buy. I think we're golden. Alright, beautifully done. Yeah, almost 900 gold to use for Armor of Greed and Mercenary's Dagger. Whew, I'm feeling it. Feeling it in my bones. Feeling it in my soul. Would have been nice to enhance Tearing Whirlwind, but, you know, I guess Iris had other spells she wanted me to check out. Yeah, that's the... That's the delay I was talking about. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Whirling Wind Agents? I like it, but I already have my Line Shock Agent, so I think I'm okay. You know what I would really like to see for this game is I would like to see a modder work Final Fantasy spells into the game. Well, that seems really unrealistic, Darkseid. What are you talking about? What I'm talking about is I would like to see Ultima as a spell in this game. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, can we stop with the laser beam agents, please? He knows that's his best shot at victory, so he's just gonna spam that. That didn't work out as well as I would have liked. But we should be able to get this, so long as I don't, you know, be an idiot. I'm also fortunate that he didn't call for his little helpers, so that made a big difference in the fight. That made a huge difference. Alright, first time I've won on camera in a while, and I'm telling you, feels pretty good. But I did have to restart in order to make that happen, because there was some things that went wrong early on that really put a sour taste in my mouth. So hopefully that's not something that happens to you guys should you try the Blazing Whirlwind build, but hopefully you don't have an issue with that. And I think I have all of the new Chaos Arcana, so after this point it's just going to be trying things out. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. There will of course be more content in the future, as per usual. You know, once we had it going, 35-40, not bad. So, you guys take care, and I will see you in future videos. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.